Welcome to another edition of the Gravestone Pros with North Country Memorials. I am back in the office here today. We've got a lot of stuff going on this week. We've been working on more stone production, so we're going to be doing that and getting some stones moved around. You'll see some of that. So, yeah, lots going on. Come along. To cut some stencil for Dad. Another stone he's ready to work on. Alright, I've added my little line, which I always do there, and this is ready to go. So we will come up, hit the print button, make sure all my settings are correct, which they are. I already adjusted the cutter and I got that ready. So we are good to go. Hit OK. It always takes a second to send over. And all of a sudden she should start cutting over here. There she goes. Just like we like to see. No knife down there and just cut along, do its stuff. Alright. Give it a second to do its thing. Dad is just working on a critical part here. He was just checking the stencil with the paperwork. So we got signed paperwork by the customer there saying that is the correct spelling. Those are the correct dates for these guys. And so Dad was going to just double check them. We do this on every stone, or at least we're supposed to. It has gotten forgotten before, but we do not like to forget it because it has bit us before not checking. Somehow something gets changed, gets cut wrong, it doesn't cut proper. Those are the things you catch when you double check. So we always check from the bottom right and go backwards, one character at a time. Each one double check it on the paper and on the stencil, and then go all the way back through. We always go backwards because it's easier to catch mistakes when you go backwards, because your brain isn't just reading and filling in the blanks and skipping over stuff on you when you're going backwards.
Not always feasible, but it's actually helpful to do with two people instead of one.
Yep.
Again, another brain looking and.
Yep. One person looking at the rubber, the other person looking on their phone or on the iPad for the signed copy of the rendering. We used to always print these out, but now we have them right on a OneDrive app, which I need to talk a little bit more about how we use the OneDrive app. It's been very, very handy for us in many, many ways. We use it for everything. We don't keep paper files anymore at all. The only paper files I keep is our stuff for banking information. I have to keep hard copies of that, and I keep that in my safe. But other than that, we do not keep hard copies of anybody's files, folders, contracts, all that stuff. We keep digital copies, and I can access it on my phone. Dad can access it on his phone, on our iPads, on any computer. Then we can access it on the internet from any internet connection on any computer in the world, or phone in the world, I guess. Anything that has internet access, we can pull up, and I can see all my files, all my contracts, and I have a very specific way which I kind of keep track of all my customers and stuff. I know there's different software out there that you can get that will keep track of your workflow and who needs to be next and all that kind of stuff. I have never purchased any of that. I'm sure some of it's great. We just never have used it, and we've just kind of created our own system with our files. And someday I'll try and maybe do a screenshot on the computer so I can show you and kind of walk you through how I do my file system. So maybe we'll take a look at that in another video.
Another nice feature with that is when we've got a load, we go to the cemeteries, stone gets set, we take a picture of our work, and it can be uploaded. We can either text it back to Christian, he can upload it, or we can upload it right to that person's file.
Yep.
As we like to call them as soon as we can, sometimes call them right from the cemetery that it's in and done. And it makes our customer service better, I think, when being able to just quickly let people know, and they don't have to just discover that it's there and all that.
All done cutting. Looks like it's got all the lines that we need. So we're good to go. We can cut this one off the cutter and take it out to Dad. So when I was talking to Paul the other day, he was asking me about the compressor and how it ran under load. So this is what it sounds like under load. We're not cooled up too far, but it's definitely running and pumping air. But when you're sandblasting, we've got a 185 CFM, and it has no trouble keeping up with our sandblasting. That's blasting, and you can hear it kind of going. You hear that little pittering? That's the sign it's got a little too much sand going. Yeah, that sounds a little cleaner there. Kind of allowed to be talking out there while he's sandblasting, but hopefully you could kind of hear the way that sand is coming out very consistently. You're not getting any kind of sound at all. It's a very smooth flowing sound. That is really what you're looking for as far as sound when you're sandblasting. So that is a good example of that.
This is Curt with the Gravestone Pros. It is a Friday and it is chilly here in northern New York. Our shop temperature, which it's always feels quite warm in here because we have radiant heat coming out of the floor, we set it at 60 and then that's where we leave it. And this morning it's reading about 52. So I walked in, I was like, ooh, it's not bad, it's beautiful for working. But anyway, so first 2 weeks of January, our goal has been to get a bunch of stones done that have to be done for spring, try and lighten our load come springtime. And so Zach Segrist has been helping us out. He's over my shoulder here. We only hire the most handsome, the most wealthy, and the hardest workers. And so that's why Zach is volunteering. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, just wanted to show you some of what we got done, and we're going to be moving some of these stones to some storage. So hang on. So we did 10 or 11 stones first couple weeks, and Zach is in process of moving some of these around so we can get them on a cart, and we're going to take and put them over in our wood shop. So Zach's bringing them around here so that we can get a hold of them with the crane and set them down in the set them down on a cart and wheel them into the wood shop. It's the only place we could put them outside, but then we'd have to deal with snow and ice, and we'd rather not have to do that. So yeah, it's just it's really the first time we've needed to use the wood shop for some storage, so that's kind of nice.
You've always had your sons working with you, but he's been working at it just about as long as you can have, so you could say with X number of years of experience, like 40 years of experience as opposed to 20 or whatever. I don't know what it was, but...
Oh, yeah. Well, between the two of us...
60 years.
Between the two of us, there's at least 50 years of experience.
Definitely.
So we cleared out a spot here. So here is 5 of them that were done last week. Yeah, Christian has grown up in the business, and his skills and expertise have passed mine quite a while ago. Avoid moving stones with carts as much as possible, because every move with a cart has greater potential to damage the stone. It's part of the life of setting stones is there is a time that you're going to have to use a cart, not on every stone. Before we set that up, I want to move this one because it's taking up too much space. My problem is these sticks are out so far. Sometimes you can just see if you can lift the one side.
Can I start at least putting those 2 sticks back there so we don't drop that up?
So a little backstory on this stone. This man was a former Olympian back in the 1960s, was a Nordic skier. Not a lot of famous people here in the North Country, but there are from time to time. We've had our small share of a few of them. Actually be a cool shot. Oh yeah, someday. We do have access to one, but yeah, it'd be cool to get shots from up there.
Yeah.
That was fortunate. When this building was built, certainly wasn't built for monuments. This was an auto repair shop. So, and where we are now, which is our wood shop, was the old bay, 2-bay part. All right, coming about another inch or two. That's good. I think you're all right. All right, bring her forward.
What's that?
Does it feel like you're on the stone or on the wood?
Yeah, it feels like.
All right, so just back up and turn, turn your, yep, all right.
Yeah, there we go. Now that's fine.
Yep, it's got a different feel to it when it's beautiful. That's good. Yep.
I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Gravestone Pros of North Country Memorials. We had a great time. Lots of stuff got done. Always moving forward. We are up to like 175 subscribers, making our way to 200, which is always good. So we really appreciate that. Do all the YouTube stuff for me. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification so that you know when we upload new videos. And yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the video and what you'd like to see in the future. All right, we will see you all later.